Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Elle's story. As we dive back in where we left off, you have just received a divine boon, in a paradoxical manner, a boon from the goddess of fire and purification. You know how it goes. You went to bed after your watch, leaving the remainder of your long rest. Let me go ahead and roll. Okay.
And there's no music as well.
There is for me. You might need to refresh.
Oh. Okay.
You awaken. You can hit the long rest button.
Mm-hmm.
You are awoken by the suns peering up over the treetops. It is the morning. And your alarm does not go off. You feel that dwindling sensation as the spell ends naturally.
Okay. Does that increase in HP, like max HP, still remain until
It would last
after a long
24
rest?
hours, so it should stay there.
Okay.
Herda sits up, like, promptly and quickly as the suns kind of wash over her face. And she just looks around and says, "So we have lived the night."
I would. Lorelai just wakes up slow, and she'll just not register that and be like, "Huh?"
Curta looks over at you, and she just says, "Good morning."
Morning.
From your right, you just hear Jack's,
Just a groan.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's still, like, tied, like, tucked into his bedroll. He has not stirred. Seems like he is refusing to wake up immediately. Curta stands up and immediately, like, begins washing the mess kit from last night and is already, like, getting on top of her morning duties, it seems.
The difference in personalities of this group.
Yeah, they're pretty profound.
Uh-huh.
What does Lorelai's morning routine on the road look like? I think this is the first time we're ever looking at it.
Well, she doesn't have like a bath or a shower to rely upon. I mean, she'd probably take a dip in the stream, but nah.
Okay.
so, so she takes some time to pull her hair in a braid. Um, and
Is it
straighten
clear?
everything out.
Is it clear that she's new to living on the road, like waking up?
Oh, absolutely.
Curta,
Like,
like in the middle of her duties, Curta like holds out a small pouch to you.
what is this?
Sand.
She'll, uh-huh. She'll take it.
Do you do anything with it?
He just kind of holds it out
It's like
in her
a,
palm.
it's like a half pound of sand. Curta looks at you expectantly, and when it's clear you don't know what you're doing, she just open the pouch, run the sand through your hair, scrub deep, let the sand fall back in the pouch.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Sure.
You also notice, like, Curta, she's a minotaur. Her hair on her head is luscious and, like, really healthy. and beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, then she'll trust it and do exactly that.
Uh, this is. It feels strange at first. It feels rough and it feels heavy and it feels like you're making your hair dirtier than it was before. But as you're scrubbing the sand throughout it, the sand falls from your hair eventually. Um, and as more of the sand falls away, you immediately notice that there's a lot less oil on your fingers as you brush the sand away.
Yeah, I understand the concept, like OC, but
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
yeah, yeah. But Lorelai is kind of like amazed by this simple trick,
Yep,
and she had no idea.
like a BuzzFeed trick.
Yep,
5 tips
exactly.
to clean your hair out in the wild. Yeah.
Um, just to keep things neat and tidy, she does put it into a braid.
Hmm.
Um, because yesterday they got into two fights and not just one.
Yep.
Um, and hair can get in the way.
Of course it
So
can.
after that, she straightens herself out. Um, attempts to roll up her bedroll, but it's like messy and
Sure.
and it's like
This hurts to watch.
yeah, it's like first camping trip. You just don't know how to do anything, and
Yeah.
nothing fits in the pack neatly anymore.
Yep. Like Kurta has long since packing her pack, and she's now sitting on the stump, like watching you struggle with this.
Mhm.
Jax is just stirring and has like sat up and is rubbing his face. Kurta does not offer any help.
All right, fair. Yeah, Lorelai just looks at Kurta and is like expecting like guidance or help,
Not a
and when
word.
it, mm,
I mean, if you ask, maybe, but she's not like. She's just kind of looking. I think this is one of the first times you would see on Kurta's face mild amusement.
yeah, and that is met with annoyance. Uh, and when Jax stirs, she kind of looks to Jax just to hope that he's just as bad at this.
uh, you okay? Jax slept on top of his bedroll, so his is less. Um. Well, I don't want to assume anything. Do you think you slept in your bedroll or on top of it like Jax did?
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna play odds or evens because
Okay.
I don't know. Odds, she slept on top. Evens, she was in that bitch.
Okay.
Okay, she slept on top.
All right. So Jax like kind of sits himself up and starts buckling his armor back together, and as he looks over at you, well, don't look at me. I don't know how to fucking do that.
I didn't expect you to, but I whatever. She stuffs it all
Yeah.
back. Pack is all lumpy and
Like the pack is like at least 50% bigger than it was yesterday.
yeah, yep. It's hard to close now.
Yep.
It's like uh-huh.
Kurta like stands up, and as she picks her own pack up on her back, she just looks at the two of you and she says, "You learn how over time. Everyone learns on their own."
Uh-huh. Let's go.
Uh
Let's get there
you
today.
you say that, and Jax is like has having just stood up, and he says, hold on, I haven't even." He just starts getting his own pack put away, and now you get the pleasure of watching Jax also struggle with this. Um,
She feels better.
He seems just as bad. So Jax is very dexterous, so he seems a little like quicker about catching the ends of the bedroll that immediately pop out of the tie and stuff like that. But his ends up looking just as messy as yours. Like
Perfect.
he has no idea how to do it either.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lorelai's not, you know, she's not. How do I say this? She's almost as dexterous as him. I mean, she's at an 18 dexterity, so she's not like
Jesus Christ, why do you have such a
too
high dex? Yeah,
too
you
helpless.
are almost as dexterous as Jax. So it's not. Yeah, he's not that much faster than you. All right.
Yeah.
As you and Jax get yourselves sorted and your packs rolled, and whether it is convenient or not, you both eventually get yourselves tucked away, and Curta begins leading the way further towards Greywick. As she's walking, she like looks over her shoulder at both of you, and she says, "How was your first night in the wilderness?"
Sorry, excuse me. Well, just fine.
Curta points at your left hand. That's new.
Very perceptive, aren't we?
Yes. She doesn't say anything else.
Okay. Yep.
Where did that come from?
A little ember thing.
Wait, what was it? Jax looks over. Hold on. Does he even notice it? Oh, he does. Okay. He's like, oh. That's new. It kind of looks like a tattoo, but it's like coal.
Like ash?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you just draw that on you? I mean, it's really good. It looks very clean lines.
She just nods. Yep.
Can I see
doesn't
it?
offer She'll bring her fist up in front of her face and just kind of show it off. Like,
Jax gets real close. He's going to investigate. Yo, these dice, they roll fucking insane.
keep them away from all quiet, please.
Oh my god. So I've rolled a 15, an 18, a 17, and a 20.
Boy. Yeah.
This... they're such simple dice, too. They're little resin blue dice that kind of have these geometric symbols on them. And they're just crushing it. All right. He gets real close, and he rolls a 29 as he investigates it. And he, like, before you can pull your hand away, he, like, grips the sides of your hand, and he looks real close at it, and then he lets go, and he says, "This isn't coming off. Ever. Do you have tattoo needles in there?" And he, like, looks at your pack over your shoulder.
She just kind of, like, she's very uncomfortable now, and she just kind of takes a step back and just kind of puts her hand in her pocket, both hands actually, and
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just, with my sister and all, I guess I'm a fan of the art, and I didn't take you for an artist.
No, I don't have any needles or anything to make that stuff.
How did you do that?
I didn't.
Well, someone did. That wasn't there yesterday.
A little ember being decided to visit.
Curta and Jax are both going to roll I don't even know. A little ember being. They'll roll Arcana. Jax. Hey, bad roll. Jax has no idea. Kurta. 19. Jesus Christ. Kurta, like, looks at you like a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kurta proficient in religion? I don't know. Let me see. No. She does, well, maybe she would recognize it. It's Ana, which is a very commonly, of course, a 16. A spirit of Ana. That's the holy symbol of Ana, isn't it?
She just kind of very sarcastically like snap her fingers and finger guns. Yep, that's it.
I don't know why you're being so defensive. It is an attractive marking. I think what she means is it looks nice. You know, the way normal people might say it. And Kurta just... and you actually, like, see, like, steam out of her bowl nostrils before she just continues walking.
He just offers nothing else.
Wait, does that mean you're an Aasimar of Ana? Should I be worried about the things that I do in my free time?
Do I know? Does she know what an Aasimar
Everybody, yes,
is? Like,
you know an Aasimar. An Aasimar, like, from what you would know, even just base, an Aasimar is somewhat a descendant of a celestial, whether it be, like, a direct child of a god or a descendant of, like, a celestial of a domain. So, you also know that Aasimar constantly get, like, visions and also guidance from a god or the celestials of a domain.
as far as I know, it wasn't I have not had any visions, and I don't know if is it like hereditary. Sometimes.
For that, you'd need to roll a religion.
Okay. I'll roll it. Holy.
Okay. Yeah, you know exactly that Aasimar. You wrote an essay on this in the 3rd grade. Aasimar, they either an avatar or a planar being, like, is one of your parents, or someone in your family was bound to a celestial in some way, whether it be like through a warlock pact or made a deal with celestials of some kind. But it is usually hereditary. And also, it's not really a surprise when it happens, depending. Especially for a god like Ana. That doesn't happen by accident. Gods like Tindra, which are much more about love and romance and pleasurable trysts. Aasimar for Tindra show up all over the fucking place. But Aasimar for, like, Ana or Vion or, like, these other more powerful older gods, it's never a surprise.
Gotcha. All right. I don't think I have any, half angel relatives.
Okay, well, that's a relief. I don't know a lot about Ana, but from what I understand,
All right. So, I know you guys won't drop this, so I'll just tell you. This little ember spirit visited the camp, landed on my hand, and it just gave me this thing. And she is deliberately leaving out that she actually spoke to Anna.
Mm-hmm. Herta nods, and she says, "You have been marked. Hand would mark many of my tribe. Consider yourself blessed."
She just smiles at that, and it's like, I'm gonna roll a deception here because it is not a happy
Sure.
smile, but she's trying to hide it. Just so they'll drop it.
Do they drop it? We'll find out.
Oh, I thought that was a 1.
7. For 16. Okay. Jax, like, as she says, consider yourself blessed, Jax just is like nodding. And it seems like he's already distracted. Kurta is almost annoyingly sharp. She, like, you catch her looking at you, and as you're, like, trying to hide how you really feel about it, her eyebrow quirks, but she doesn't say anything. Jax says, "So how much farther is it to Greywick?" "I'm not in any hurry. I just, we've been walking a while." You think what?
Oh, in her mind, she is like profusely thanking Jax for changing this topic. Yeah, how much farther is it?
Kurta, who's leading the way, Glenna glances up at the sky and the treetops. "Perhaps another half day's travel. Depends on if the roads are kind." And Jax, like, narrows his eyes and he says, "You had to look at the sky for that." And Kurta just looks back at him and says, "I was thinking." "Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to assume anything. I just thought maybe there was some trick of the clouds to know how far we'd gone." And Kurta just and continues walking. "I don't think she likes me."
Well, it's very blunt and very perceptive.
I am?
Huh?
I am?
Yeah, you're pretty perceptive too. And she pats him on the back.
"Oh, thanks." And he kind of like cheerfully rolls his shoulders as he perceives receiving a compliment, whether he actually did or not. You just hear up ahead like this weird, like, it's like a chortle or a snicker, but it's like tinged with bowl noise out of Kurta. You suspect it's a laugh, but you're not sure.
Okay.
Minotaur, who knows?
Yeah.
As you're walking, I need you to roll me a d8, by the way.
Okay. Six.
Okay. Over the next few hours, the trail that you're following changes. It widens, and then you see there's a road that splits off from this trail, and really what it looks like is you're walking on a trail that's less traveled, and the road cuts away, heading what looks like north, probably up to Augur City eventually. This road that you're now on is clearly densely traveled. There's the evidence of people moving along it consistently, and like a high density of wheel tracks and footprints and hoofprints. And even without a survival check, it's clear this is a populated road. A main thoroughfare, if you will. But that being said, as you're walking on it, there's nobody on it. And after about an hour's travel on this road, you find the first evidence you've seen of something weird. On the side of the road completely deserted, but it doesn't look like it's been there long, is a wagon. Looks like it's in good shape. There's a tarp cover over the top of it. The brake is set. Like, it looks like someone stopped the wagon and just left. You see that there are crates in the back of the wagon. There's a lantern that is still lit, but its fire is low. It strikes you as weird. And Kurta has stopped and is looking at it. And she says, "This is weird."
Agreed. I'm good if we just pass by it. I don't know. Can I peek under the tarp? Is there anything visible?
Oh, it's not like a...
just...
I'm sorry. It's like an open top wagon with a tarp high above to protect from the rain. You can clearly see into the wagon.
Okay. It's like a Oregon Trail type wagon.
Yeah, most people just call them wagons. Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. You do see that the yoke on the front, which would have oxen, the yoke is just in the ground, like in the dirt. It's just the oxen are gone. It looks as though they were unhooked.
Okay.
We are here to investigate the silence coming from Greywick. This is something weird. We have to look at it, at least, to see what we can determine.
Good point. Let's check it out then.
Can I be the first to point out, and this has nothing to do with my own personal history, but something weird out in the road in the wilderness like this sounds exactly like the sort of storybook for an ambush. And considering we've already been through one ambush that was remarkably poorly performed, perhaps any nefarious individuals around this area might have been a little bit more practiced. So let's be careful.
That's fair. Yeah.
Herda, you've got the best eyes, so maybe you keep a lookout, and me and, I'm sorry, Elle? Why don't we just take a look at the wagon? That wasn't, sure. Jax didn't forget your name. Echo had a fucking wonder of memory.
All right.
I almost called you Bells.
Yeah. Okay. Wrong campaign.
Yeah.
Wrong time. Gosh.
Yeah, wrong everything about that. Not even the same race. Kurta looks at Jax, and you notice like a spark of respect. And Kurta just goes, "Good plan. I'll get high." And she immediately starts to climb a nearby tree.
Smoke too much. All right.
What? I need to be able to see. The canopy will be the best place.
She just looks at Jackson with a little grin.
Jax just says, "She didn't get it. It's fine." All right. And he begins to approach the wagon, also being careful. Do me a favor as you approach. Roll me a perception check.
Sure. And as she looks around, she's going to cast Mage Armor on herself. Just up it.
Perhaps a good call. Yeah, perhaps a good idea. Just in case. What's the worst that could happen?
We get immediately bopped with a bunch of damage.
Could be. Yeah.
From something. Okay. Perception check. Wow. Okay. Hello. I see all. No, I don't.
With a 23. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The wagon doesn't look like it's been here for too long. There wasn't any rain or anything last night. And there's no evidence of like an obvious scuffle. The wagon looks like it's in good shape. Looking around in the immediate area, you don't see anybody. You can hear the wildlife in the forest. You hear the chirruping of birds. You hear what sounds like a woodpecker nearby, which whenever there is tension or, people hiding in the woods, that wouldn't be there. Wildlife has a keen ability to sense when shit's about to go down. And in this case, you don't hear the signs that an ambush is waiting.
All right. Yeah. So as she's like taking the first few steps forward and looking around, it would be slow. And then once she realizes that, there's the presence of no signs of, danger, she'll hurry her pace over to it
Okay.
alongside Jax. And yeah, she'll just kind of help him investigate the wagon.
Uh, Jax has gotten to the front of the wagon and is looking at like the driver's seat, which is basically this sheltered platform with a bench. The reins were clearly like tied on the actual like driver's seat. It looks like this was intentional. Every sign points to someone in this wagon parked it, tied it off, unhooked the oxen, and just left.
Okay.
As Jax is investigating, hold on, sorry. He like climbs up on the driver's seat and is looking into the back of the wagon. If I had to guess, there might have been maybe 3-4 passengers, and then the driver. Looks like there was only one person in the front. I don't see any signs of a fight, or I see lots of food. There's a little cask of ale that's been cracked when tapped. Looks like these people were in for a journey.
Okay. So, an extended journey. Can you find anything where they're coming from? Maybe some signs of where they've been. Check the ale. That's the best tell for where people come from.
He reaches over and you hear him like struggle a little bit, and then he pulls this. It's not a big cask, but you from experience would know they're heavy, just by the nature of what they are. He lifts up this cask of ale and sets it on the runner behind the driver's seat. And as he looks at it, okay, Uller's Bridge. That's what looks like it was the warehouse that this came from. Where's that?
What history?
Maybe. Are you proficient in history?
Nope.
Then roll me a straight intelligence roll.
Okay.
You're not a native Aurelian, so this doesn't make it easy.
No.
The name Eller's Bridge is vaguely familiar to you, but you don't know exactly where that is. From up in the tree, Curtis says,
okay.
The courier was from Eller's Bridge, so I think it's south. The one that reported to the Maryguard. Remember?
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
So it is. And from up in the tree, Curtis still looking out. She just says, see if you can find any tracks. Any idea where they might have gone? Jax, looks at the ground and then at you. Okay. Not really my forte, but I'll look.
Neither. Let's try together. Put our heads together. Let's go.
Roll survival.
Yeah. Lost.
Yeah.
Just
Jax rolled
lost.
Jax rolled really bad too. You both kind of look at the ground. You don't know what you're looking for.
She just looks at Kurta and is like, "We have no freaking clue how to do this."
It looks like dirt. You see Kurta like in the treetop, who's like holding onto it with one arm, like taps her head against the tree. Is like, I'll look in a moment. I'm not convinced we're in the clear yet. I'll be down shortly. Keep looking for what else you can find.
Goes back. Elle goes back to the wagon and hops inside.
Yeah.
and she is going to look through any crates that might be there.
Yeah, there's plenty. Roll me investigation.
Ugh, middling. 12.
12. So in the back of the wagon, and it seems like almost used as a barrier to the elements, you see that there are these 4 fairly large crates that fill the back. They're not sealed. It's easy enough to just get your fingers into the crack and lift open the tops of the crates. And the instant you do, you realize that the crates are filled with a spice. Long pepper, it seems, which each bundle of long pepper is like wrapped up in these long pouches. And the smell it's pleasant, but it's very strong because you just open a crate of long pepper.
Yeah.
But you know exactly what it is as soon as you see it. And it seems like this is likely these crates all being full of this spice, which it's not a cheap spice. It's not particularly valuable, but it's likely whoever it was transporting this wagon was counting on that to sell it.
Yeah.
At some point. In front of that, you see that there are a number of these sacks, like canvas sacks, and just with a glance, you like lift up a corner of a sack and look in. They're full of clothes. Most of it looks like it's freshly laundered. Likely the personal effects of whoever left this wagon here.
Okay, then she'll kind of put her, like, just kind of sift through the clothes, just seeing if she can find anything like a book or a ledger.
Roll
maybe...
roll another investigation.
That is terrible. Okay.
With a 9, you don't find any books. Though as your fingers are sifting through the clothes, they do bump against something hard. Which strikes you as, doesn't quite belong in this bag of clothes.
Yeah.
You pull it out.
So,
it is it is the scabbard. And you realize you've pulled the scabbard off of what looks like a dagger.
Oh. Not the dagger itself?
No, like, you were pretty sure that when you lifted the scabbard out, you unsheathed the dagger. So now there's a sharp object in that bag.
Wonderful. She doesn't put her hand back in. She's smart enough to not do that.
Okay.
But she will turn it upside down and dump it.
Okay, so just clothes. Piles and piles of not, like, cheap, but economical clothes that look like they might belong to any sort of, like merchant or, lower class, maybe citizen. Pool on the floor of the wagon, and then sure enough, a shining metallic dagger out of the pouch, and then also onto the clothes. It's an ornate dagger. It seems like it's well made. The hilt itself looks like it's leather with little rings bound in the leather for a better grip, and the hilt of the dagger itself is, well, it looks nice. It's silvered. What catches your eye is the blade of the dagger has these rippling waves on it. Doesn't look like a normal dagger.
Okay. She will pick it up and put it in the scabbard.
Okay. It looks much more mundane while it's in the scabbard. The fine blade is not visible, and so it just looks like a plain dagger.
And she'll tuck it away.
You keeping it?
Yeah.
Add an Aldrain dagger to your inventory.
Ah, okay.
It is a dagger that is normal in every way, except it deals an additional 2 lightning damage on each attack.
Cool. Are there any other bags?
Yeah, there's a number of other like canvas bags that look pretty much identical to the one you just upended. You imagine this is whoever's wagon it was is luggage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also find one bag that's full of rations of food supplies. These basically like dried hardtack and salted pork, all tied up in little bundles of more burlap. Simple traveling rations, nothing too fancy, just food. And then underneath the runner inside the back of the wagon, you find 3 large, basically water skins that fill the bottom of the wagon. It's just traveling supplies. And the fact that it's all here, undisturbed, and not brought with them, strikes you as odd.
She'll look to Jackson. So they just forget all of their clothes and bring nothing with them and leave this here.
You're telling me that's weird. Look what I found underneath the driver's seat. And he holds up an old, slightly rusty, like, musket-looking rifle. Like, it doesn't look like it's in great shape. It looks like it could fire, but it also looks like it's been out in the elements for a while. And he just says, unlike the rest of the wagon, this looks like it's been out here for weeks. Or maybe they just didn't care about it. I don't know. But it's faulty at best, and I don't know if it's loaded.
Maybe best to not try and see if that happens.
Oh, I'm not pulling the trigger. Come on. I understand what it is.
Fair enough.
He, like, is looking at it, though, like, side on, and he is trying to figure out if it's even functioning. Because even from where you are, you can see there are, like, towards the muzzle and towards the breech, there's, like, little spots of rust. It kind of looks like whoever had this forgot about this under the seat.
Well, I mean, I found this dagger in one of the rucksacks. You find anything that might identify who was in here?
He shakes his head. Nothing.
All right.
Not even a ledger. No paperwork at all. And normally they'd have some sort of manifest or something, just for papers or guard crossings. Nothing.
Well, it's a bunch of long pepper in here. Do we want to maybe take a sack just as evidence and more spices?
From over in the tree, Curtis says, long pepper's quite nice with all sorts of meat. I'd recommend taking it if we need it.
Sure. She'll grab. Do they come? Is it just like in these crates? Are they like separated into sacks, like easily handled?
So there's like a handful of long pepper, which are these long. Let me describe what long pepper looks like to you. If you've ever seen those pine cones that are incredibly narrow but very long.
Yeah.
That's basically what long pepper looks like. It flakes away from this cone shape into these crumbles that almost look like peppercorns. And each little stalk of long pepper is its individual cone. It's dried and baked and then usable as a spice. So there are bundles of these long pepper cones that each, like a handful of them, are tied together with twine and then stuffed in a burlap pouch. And in this crate are hundreds of pouches.
All right. She'll take one as evidence, one as just a group kind of.
So add 2 pouches of long
spice
pepper.
pouch. Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Aside from the long pepper, you notice Jax is like looking at the lantern with a raised eyebrow. And eventually he says, how much oil do you think a lantern like that fits?
Hey, can I roll?
Roll a history check.
14.
A lantern like that, a travel lantern, would generally have enough oil to burn for about 2 days, so like 48 hours.
I think about 2 days worth.
It's almost out. So maybe this has been here for maybe almost 2 days.
Or it stopped about halfway. Well, no.
Well, the flame's almost out. You can see it's flickering.
Huh. Right. So I would assume they would only use it at night.
Oh, that's a good point.
So if they turned it on at night and left at night, then we're looking probably almost what I want to say 36.
So 3 days?
No, day and a half.
How do you figure?
Well, turn it on at the start of night. It goes throughout the night. It remains on all day. That's when they left.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just spent a night.
Oh, aye, you're
and
right.
now it's morning.
So that's not that long ago.
Right.
Hey, Carter, are you done up there? We might have something here. And Carter begins climbing down. And as she does, she says, I could see there was a slight drift of smoke in the direction of Greywick. Otherwise, there's nothing else out here, no movement. Aside from what one would expect in the trees. What do you have? And Jax points at the lantern, and he says, maybe by estimates, it might be, a day and a half since whoever it was that might have left this here. And, well, her and I are shite at looking for footprints, so maybe, a day and a half. Is that too long to maybe track down where someone might have gone?
It didn't rain.
Curta, I'll look. And she begins, pacing around the wagon as she rolls a survival. She looks at the ground behind the wagon, walking around it, and she doesn't seem to see anything. As she gets closer to the trees, she stops and she points at the base of a tree that's behind the wagon by maybe 10 feet, and she goes over and picks something up. Found something.
What you got?
It's broken, but she holds it up, and it's half of an arrow.
Oh.
Did you see any blood? And Jack shakes his head.
Yeah. Nope.
I don't see any signs of a fight. Could be this is older. And she holds the arrow, the half of an arrow, out to you and Jax to look at.
Yeah. Look at it.
Roll investigation.
Okay. It's very middling now.
Okay. The arrow in your eyes seems well made. The shaft is made of a dark wood, not quite black or ebony, but a very dark brown. And the arrowhead itself is a very pale metal, maybe almost like silver or very fine tempered steel. And as Jax is looking at it, he will also roll investigation. Huh. I don't recognize it if it's of a particular make or origin. It looks like a fine arrow, or at least it was once. And Kurta nods. And she looks at it, and she sniffs it, and... Perhaps this is evidence of something. Bring it with us just in case, anyway. She wraps it in some, like, cloth and then puts it away.
While she does that, Lorelai will hand her one of the pouches of long pepper.
More evidence, right. And she puts that in with the arrow. Or did you want me to cook with that?
I have either or. I have one as well, so...
All right.
I grabbed 2.
She nods, and then she looks at the wagon. Something about this tells me there's more afoot than it looks like. Keep your guard up.
All right. Let's press on.
She, like, tucks the great axe back onto, like, the harness that's on her back, and she resumes walking.
All right.
Jax follows. What do you do?
No, just keep on walking. I'm gonna go get a water bottle real quick.
I actually would like to pause, so hold on. So, you and your group continue on the road leading towards Greywick, Kurta leading the charge. Hold on. Okay. As you continue forwards, you find the forest kind of thins until eventually you're just walking over rolling hills with the occasional treetops, copses of trees, and low brush. And then as you rise over the nearest hill, the road cutting through it and then going down, you find yourself looking at a small town. You have arrived in Greywick.
All right. I'm assuming there's no smokestacks. It's just all...
No, there is one building that has smoke drifting up from the chimney. It is what looks like one of the larger buildings in the center of this village. It's like the only 2-story building here.
Okay.
That's it. There's no smoke rising from any other building.
Well, that is strange for a town that's where everybody's missing.
So it is. We should be careful how we proceed.
Yeah. Head on a swivel?
Yeah. Maybe move at half pace.
All right. We'll follow you.
So Kurta begins to approach slow, and she's actually going to roll a stealth check.
Okay. I'll join it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jax will as well.
This is why I took a high dexterity.
I see. Kurta also rolls pretty good on stealth. For someone as big as her, you don't expect her to be as quiet as she is. You are maybe a little surprised at just how quiet she manages to be. She doesn't roll that much worse than you. And then Jax is a rogue.
Yeah.
He's sneaky. He kind of always moves with quiet on the mind. And now that you guys are trying to be sneaky, you rolled good. Jax is you. You don't know where he is until he says something.
Well, yeah, okay.
So you do roll better than Kurta, but not by as much as you'd expect. And as you guys sneak into the town, moving at half pace, I'd like to know, in this tense situation, how's Lorelei doing? Like, what's going through her mind?
Uh, she is. This is actually something that she's done a bunch of investigating houses with the tithes. So she knows how this goes and how to be quiet. Um, Obviously, this is a different place in a different town and in a different like halfway, well, actually, all the way across the world.
Yeah.
Um, so she's familiar, but she's still got that anxious energy of keeping her eyes open for anything that could go wrong. And it's kind of spiking a little bit of an adrenaline.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Roll perception, and I'm gonna roll for Jax and Kurta as well.
Perception. Pretty good.
You rolled the best, actually.
Oh.
So, as you're making your way through these small cottages and residences on the outskirts of this small town, and there's really like 15 buildings in the center of Greywick. It's a small village, and it seems like a lot of the industry around Greywick is focused around clay. A lot of ceramics that look like they're made, and there's a whole bunch of like pots and things that are set out to dry on front porches and front yards. There's all these clay makings that have just been set out to let themselves evaporate and before they're baked in a kiln. I don't know how familiar Elle is with pottery.
Depends. Would the temples have a lot of like religious like that?
I mean, there's always a need for pottery and ceramics and stuff like that. I think certain temples would have more than others.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I think the Temple of Ana would have a lot of it. But so would the Temple of Drunmere, the Temple of Melisandre. Those would have a lot of just the craft of pottery happening, just as it's a necessity. You just need a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't think she would be involved in like making anything, but she is definitely like like familiar with different shapes, sizes, what they're used for. You said there'd be a lot prevalent in the Temple of Melisandre, so
yeah, there would.
So yeah, I think, and she spent a lot of time there. So I think I don't think she ever like participated in making it, but you'd
be familiar. Okay.
Yeah, somewhat familiar.
There's a lot of red clay pottery just being made and being in the stages of finishing here in Greywick. That being said, with your 20 on perception, around the corner a few blocks ahead, you hear the sound of unbaked pottery, like breaking. It sounds like something knocked some pottery over. And then on top of that, you suddenly hear, hey! You heard that for sure.
She'll stop, like, Gerda, like, not say anything, but more just like a hand on the or the arm, just to get her attention, and just like tap her ear and in the direction of where that came from.
Okay. The direction is that large 2-story building, the one with smoke coming out of it. That's where you heard that come from. And
Okay.
Kurta just nods, like stops and waits to listen. What language do you speak?
Probably not whatever they're speaking. Common, Draconic, Elvish.
No, you do not recognize the language that's being spoke.
Yeah.
But, it's worth asking, You might. I don't know. Okay. As you and your party are, listening, and Jax just behind you says, "What did you hear?" "I didn't hear a thing."
High-pitched laughter?
Okay. Great. That doesn't narrate.
Did it sound like a hyena?
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
She'll describe it as sounding like a hyena.
Okay.
Or
Hyena.
is that
What? He seems
is that too
confused.
much? Is that too much of a stretch that Lorelai would know?
No.
Okay.
It's reasonable that she would know that. However, ahead of you, looking down the street, you don't see a hyena, but you do see a tiny, strange, little creature. Roll me Arcana.
Wait, do I think in my notes? Oh, no, I'm on my way to Arcana proficiency.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have anything yet. So this is just what it is.
Yep.
Eesh. Don't know.
Okay. You see this strange little creature. It looks otherworldly and bizarre. Emerge. And you see it's carrying a broken pot. It's a weird little fucking thing. And it carries it over toward a structure, and you watch as it throws the pot. And the pot breaks on the ground before it turns and heads back where it came from. It doesn't see you or your group, and it disappears from view around the corner.
What was that?
What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
Kurta also says, "I don't know." And
Whatever
then
it was.
you watch as it appears again, only this time it is accompanied by a much larger creature. And you realize that they are communicating to each other. They are speaking in a language you don't recognize at all. But the bigger creature is one you definitely do recognize. It's a gnoll. And it's walking with this smaller creature, and they are both carrying pots that they throw to the side.
Huh?
The gnoll seems to be speaking with the small creature. And as they turn and head back around the corner, they don't notice you either.
Okay. So, at least two of them. We don't know if there's more.
Roll me a history check about gnolls.
Oh my goodness. Can we take another break so I can get back to the high rolls?
Hold on, and Kurta and Jax are also rolling about it. Okay. Jax, over your shoulder, he says, "If there's no way this makes sense. There's no way a gnoll or gnolls are responsible for everyone leaving, because if they were, there'd be blood everywhere. They eat everything they find."
Okay. Well, maybe they're just scavenging?
Well, that well doesn't look like the civilized folk, so maybe we watch and see. Just for a minute.
Sure. I can be patient.
Kurta huffs, and then finally just says, "Fine. But gnolls have tormented many plainsfolk. I don't have much patience for them." And Jax just says, it's fine, I understand, but not all gnolls are alike, and I've known quite a few gnolls that were upright, law-abiding citizens back in Port Rouge, so let's maybe take a breath, make sure it's actually a feral. And
Would
not just a
Lorelai have
weird one.
seen? Yeah, would Lorelai have seen like a civilized gnoll before?
In Taka, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
They're not common, but they do exist, and they don't generally look as unkempt as the gnoll you just saw looked like. But if it is a civilized gnoll, or at least not a feral one, it'd be a good idea to recognize that before attacking.
Yeah. I saw this really nice gnoll once in a peacoat. He was quite snazzy.
Yeah, see? She knows what I'm talking about. What's a peacoat? And he turns and looks at you.
It's she explains what a peacoat is.
Oh. Man, the tailor for that must have cost a fortune. Can we focus?
Yeah. We can do that.
So Kurta begins to lead the way closer. Please roll me another stealth check.
All right. Oh, bother. It's not as great.
Bother. 16. Okay. Kurta rolled an 18. Jax rolled a million. Yeah, okay. Jax rolled a 27. Okay. Rogue. So the three of you kind of move up. You get farther into the town. With the tension, you notice that the wind kind of picks up. It's not chilly or anything like that, but the more aggressive wind kind of has more of an effect on you and your light clothes more than it does Jax or Kurta, and you find the fabric of your coat kind of flapping in the wind just a little bit. That is how we're representing your poorer stealth roll compared to the other two. You kind of tighten it up as best you can, but it's kind of an unavoidable, like, just subtle little of your coat flapping in the wind. As you round the corner, you, Kurta, and Jax, you lay eyes on the closet and the knoll. They're in front of this, what looks like it's not quite a tavern. It looks more like a small inn, like a hostel, basically. The doors are wide open. You watch as there is clearly firelight coming out of the hostel. And the knoll and this small little creature go into this tavern, this hostel, and then leave with more of this pottery. And you see the knoll like stick its head in the pottery, sniff it, and set the pottery down, and then go inside and get another one. It seems as though they're doing something. You're not sure what they're doing. And they are having a conversation in a language you don't know. Let me see if Kurta knows it. Nope. Let me see if Jax knows it. Nope. All right. Can you understand what they're saying?
Not a word. Yeah, I think it's just the two of them. Otherwise, we'd probably see more, right? I mean, obviously, we need to get a better look. Is there a backside?
There's always a back door.
Okay.
Kurta just shakes her head.
She just looks at Lorelai. Just looks at Jax and just like really.
What? Find the humor in the moment while you can, okay? And
All right, fair.
let me take a look. And he sneaks up towards the hostel on the left-hand side. Kurta says, "If you find trouble, make a loud noise or something." And while he's walking away, Jack says, "You don't have to worry about that.
Hoot like an owl.
I'm going to scream like a bitch if they see me." And he keeps walking.
She just Lorelai just covers her mouth and tries not to laugh. Just clamp it shut. Just not lose it.
Next to you, Kurta just like sighs and says, "Well, at least he's a professional." As Jax creeps along the back door. And in this moment, I'm going to let you make the decisions for Jax Darrow. As your rogue has kind of separated to do the rogue thing.
The rogue thing. Let's go.
Okay, so Jax has a +8 to his stealth.
Right.
He has a +8 to his sleight of hand. And he has a +9 to his investigation. So, in this case, as he sneaks up, as Jax approaches, he sees this hostel has a number of avenues in which he could get more information. There are a number of windows around the building. There's 2 on the side facing him as he's approaching. And then there's 4 on the back wall, where there is a back door as well. From what he can tell, the knoll and its little creature are leaving and entering through the front door on the opposite side of the building. How do you want your rogue to proceed?
The side of the building where he's at has 2 windows to look in, and then on the back side, it has 4 windows and a door. Yes?
Correct. On the back side, there is also a large copper and tin, like it looks like a cylinder, like maybe a still or some sort of brewing mechanism. And that is occupying a huge section of the back of the building.
Okay. So just kind of drawing a diagram here. The 1, 2, door, and then like this, right?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. So he's approaching from this way?
Yep.
Okay. So come right here. Take a peek in the corner.
Also,
look this
be
way.
aware, the still or this large brewing device is occupying space like this.
Oh, okay, right. So he's got a little slip.
Yes, he
between.
can fit between them, but it is cramped.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is, he'll come up to the first window, peek in at the bottom corner. See if there's...
Okay, so for this, he's just going to glance in. Let's roll a perception for Jax. It's going to be a d20 plus 4.
Yeah. So I'm just imagining the field of view being kind of like a pie.
Mm-hmm.
Like more... Like you can probably get this much or of the...
Probably.
Yeah, okay. And then if he sees what he sees in this little section...
Roll perception.
Here.
D20 plus 4.
Plus 4. Oh, that's a D12.
That will not do you well.
Oh.
7. He glances in the window, but the movement in his peripheral makes him drop down quickly. All he can really see is that it looks like a kitchen he's looked into. It doesn't look like it's the full breadth of the building, so it looks like it's more like this.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's just a single room.
It seems like he's looked into a kitchen. Yeah, it seems like he's looked into like a separate section. There was clearly like an oven in the room and like a table that was on the opposite wall. And then he ducked that back down because he saw movement. And he only got a quick glance with that 7.
Gotcha. All right.
Roll me a stealth for Jax, so D20 plus 8.
Holy.
12. Okay, hold on. Okay, so as Jax has like tucked under the window, you and Kurta both hear the of his dagger scraping against the wall, and you see Jax's face just like like wince at the noise that just happened. And you and Kurta both watch the knoll, like it turns its head to the noise, and it just kind of lopes along the outside of the building towards where Jax is currently hiding. So Jax is like here, and the knoll is like coming around this side.
Oh boy!
And you and Kurta are over here by quite a good 40 feet away.
Oh, all right.
So what do you do?
Well, what do I do? What does she do?
So what does Jax do in this moment? You can decide. Jax can bail and try to find a hiding spot, or he can try and like get around the building, or he can get aggressive because he hears the knoll coming. But you guys haven't really investigated the knoll at all at this point.
Okay, is there anything in the opposite direction?
How
How far am I?
You're 40
Jax?
feet from Jax. You and Kurta are like nestled up near like a small, it's not even a full building, it's more like a shack or a shed that's across the street. And you were watching and waiting while Jax approached, and you see the knoll like investigating the noise that Jax made when he tried to hide.
Okay. Gonna try and casting a spell would reveal my location. No?
If you have meta magic subtle spell, it will not, but otherwise, yes.
It's level 1.
I know.
Okay. We're gonna try. I mean, does he have anything to hide behind in the quick moment?
Roll me a D100. $45. There is some nearby, like, rotting bales of hay. He can try to hide behind those. It will be a disadvantage.
Ooh. All right, gotta try.
Okay, so Jax bails behind the bales of hay. We're going to go ahead and manifest those here. And as he does, the knoll rounds the corner. Roll me stealth at disadvantage for Jax. So D20 plus 8. 14 and 22. So 14, hold on. All right. The knoll rounds the corner. And then it says something. Kind of looks around. Yeah. And then it leaves.
Okay. Tense situation.
Yeah. The knoll goes back to what it was doing. And as it does, you like visibly see Jax just like relax against the bales of hay. He kind of like hits his own forehead like stupid, and then he sneaks back up to the windows.
All right.
Roll me another stealth for Jax, please.
Okay.
Roll better than
please dice gods. Oh, that's a little better.
It's a 17. Yeah. That's reasonable. Okay. He gets back up to the building. All right. The tense moment waylaid for the moment. He gets back up to the windows. How does he proceed?
Okay. Come up to the corner here, and the peak is basically in this direction.
Okay.
Kind of
roll me another perception for him.
Yeah.
It'll be D20 plus 4. What is Lorelei's passive perception? 13.
And I'm rolling super poorly.
That's okay. So now Jax looks in this window, and it's just filthy. Like it's covered in grease, and Jax just... Whoever it was before they left, they just certainly didn't clean their fucking kitchen. Can't see anything through this window. And he's going to creep along to the next window. Okay, so your passive perception is a 13. You don't see it, but next to you, Kurta says, the little creature disappeared. Where'd it go?
Oh. I don't know. She's like actively looking now.
Yeah, roll investigation.
Three.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, you don't know where it went.
I don't know.
Okay. So as Kurta is also actively looking, she just sees the knoll like continuing whatever the fuck it's doing with these urns. The knoll goes back in the building, assumingly to get another one. Jax continues around the back of the building. He's kind of near the big brass still. Roll another perception for him. Maybe he can see through this window.
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay, so with an 8, that's the trigger. Okay, so what happens is Jax peers in the window and he is immediately surprised. I need you to roll a wisdom save for Jax. So a d20 plus 2.
Oh,
A 10.
my God.
The good news is the DC was 10. So he successfully wisdom saves as this creature suddenly appears in front of him, between him and the window, and it just appears out of nowhere, screeching within a horribly elongated face. And in common, it says, "I found ya!" And Jack's just like, he's startled, but he's not actually frightened. He just like backs up and says, "Whoa, whoa, ah!" Okay, so this creature tried to frighten Jax, but he succeeds. Jax is going to react the way Jax would react, which in this case is with a melee attack.
All right.
So roll me a d20 plus 6. Oh my God. 8. All right. Jax reacts in surprise, drawing his rapier and slashing upward with it in one motion. And as he whiffs, the creature goes, "Hey, wow, what the? Ah! Real human!" And Jax, like stumbles back. That's how Jax reacts to this attempted scare, is he misses.
Yeah.
Lorelei and Kurta, you both see Jax suddenly go, "Wah!" And he leaps back, slashing with the rapier, and then you see the small creature around the corner of the building, like chasing after him. And you both see and the knoll run out of the building.
Okay.
Seems surprised and is like calling out, like, like not speaking common. Roll me an insight check.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. The knoll does not seem to be reacting like a feral knoll would. It seems confused. Like, it's basically, you get the impression it's going, "What is happening?" That's what you get with that 23.
Okay. Right.
How you react in this moment will determine if we're rolling initiative or not.
Right. She'll blink in surprise, like it wasn't immediately aggressive. Is the Quasit aggressive?
It dodged the slash of the rapier. With the natural 20 on insight, it looks more annoyed that it failed to scare Jax than it looks aggressive. It's not like it's lashing out in an attack, but this is all happening very quickly.
Right. Okay. All right. Shit. Stay in. She'll jump out.
Did you say stay here to Kurta?
Yes.
Okay. Roll persuasion. You're telling the barbarian not to be aggressive.
19.
Okay. Kurta, like, she huffs, but she doesn't move.
Okay. Lorelai will step out 10 feet and be in full view of the knoll.
As soon as you appear, the gnoll looks at you and goes, "Human?" And it says that in common.
Yes. Hi. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
We're investigating this town because all the people left, and we don't know why.
All the people left food here. Need food?
We're good on food, but what are you doing with the pots?
He looks at you and he says, "You have food?"
I have food. Yes.
Food for information. And you see Jax like has the rapier out and says, "Elle, little help. Weird thing.
Yeah.
Help."
Yep. Jill. You, and she points to the closet. Stop.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Why are you sneaking out around here?
You don't know what you're doing.
The demon looks at Jackson at you, and then points and says, "He's hungry. We're looking for food."
Okay. We have food. We need information.
Sebastian is okay. Come back. And the gnoll shouts that, and immediately the demon like vanishes
Oh my god.
and
Sebastian.
then appears
I love it.
next to the gnoll, and it looks like it's frowning as its claws had just extended, and it just kind of relaxes. And to your left, you see Jax just, "Oh, Sebastian. Okay. Great."
Right. Okay. She'll take out a couple rations.
Roll a persuasion and advantage.
I'm down to 5 of these.
Okay.
I've never used rations so much.
Yep. Level 1. Level 1.
Persuasion at advantage.
Yes.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Seeing the rations like provided, the gnoll seems to relax, and he kind of like sets the big urn, the big pottery vase, the amphora he was holding down, and he just like kind of nods and elopes over to you. He looks unkempt, like he's been on his own for a while, but he doesn't look particularly like maddened or bloodthirsty. And as he does approach, he like reaches out and accepts the rations from you, and he just "Oh, this will do well. This will do well. This will do well. This will do nicely. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you."
Uh-huh.
And he just immediately stuffs one of the dried like chunks of jerky in his mouth and is immediately chewing. He just, "Oh, 2 days, 2 days." And he just sits down and starts eating it.
2 days of food that I just gave you? Or is that the start of what happened here? Or have you...
He hasn't had food for 2 days. God, use your
Oh.
fucking ears.
Well, okay.
Jax comes around. So we're not in trouble then. We're not going to have to fight these two, I don't think.
I don't think so.
He puts his rapier away. And as he does, the Sebastian looks at Jax and says, "You can go fuck yourself with that, by the way. You almost got me." And Jax just shrugs and says, "You tried to scare me. What the fuck else am I supposed to do? Also, watch your fucking mouth." And the little creature just goes, "Fuck you." As the Knoll is just eating and seems to be completely doesn't care what's happening now.
Well, hey, so just to let you know, we got one more with us, and she'll look back to Kurta.
Kurta's just waiting. She's like leaning on the side of the building, like staying out of view, but you can see she's eager to come out, and she has her great axe like in her offhand.
Yeah, she'll look back at Kurta and just kind of like, just, you know, do that. The come here.
The head,
the side,
the head nod,
yeah.
basically. Okay.
The head nod, yeah.
Kurta does emerge, and at the appearance of Kurta, the little creature of Sebastian goes, "Fuck, she's a big one."
All right.
And Sebastian just like kind of dances behind the Knoll who's eating. The Knoll is like seated against the building and seems unconcerned, as it's entirely entranced by the food that you've given it. And it's just it's clear the Knoll hasn't eaten in a while.
Okay. So, so you haven't eaten in 2 days. When did you get here?
Sebastian looks at the Knoll. The Knoll doesn't say anything. Sebastian just, "Ugh, this morning."
Okay. And you've not seen anybody here?
Not a soul. Really, fucking Reeve could say this if he wasn't busy. And he, like, kind of waves his hand in front of the Knoll's face, and the Knoll is just happily chewing with a weird lopsided smile on its face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm Sebastian. That's Reeve.
Sebastian and Reeve, nice to meet you. You can call me Elle.
Right. I'm sure I will.
All right.
He's a rude little fuck, isn't he?
I've met worse.
Jax looks at you sidelong.
Come from a big city. There's a lot of people. A lot of chances to meet people. Anyway.
Well, okay. Same, but whatever. And he just, like, leans against the building. Kurta looks between you and this weird pair. And then Kurta turns to you and says, "Can you find out if they know anything about where everyone went?"
So what do you know about the people missing? Do you have an idea of where they might be? Any signs of where they could have gone?
Sebastian looks at Reeve. Reeve doesn't say anything. Sebastian sighs again. "I guess I'm the expositor, huh? All right, fuck me. Well, we've been on the outskirts for a while. They always would shoo us off with knives and torches and whatever.
Huh?
Old Reeve just hungry. Old Reeve just wanted to come in, but they never let him. So Reeve summons me. I go in. I steal food. I get it out of there. I feed Reeve. Reeve's happy. I leave. Suddenly they're not here anymore. Reeve doesn't know why. I don't know why. One day they were here. Next day they're gone.
Okay. So it happened sometime in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Or the middle of the day? Okay.
I don't know how many days, though, because, like, Seemed like a week ago everyone was here. Reeve didn't summon me every night, so I don't know. Maybe when he's done eating, he'll fucking tell you. And he's like staring at Reeve. Reeve's not replying.
Then we can wait for the meal to be finished.
Great. And Sebastian seems to like go distract himself. Do you like wine?
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame, because this is all piss poor ale. And he like shoves one of the amphorae over.
Well, all right.
Whoever it was trying to brew this didn't know what they were doing.
Then we'll just leave it to the dirt and dust. If it's not good, I'm not having it.
So she's picky about her ale. Good to know. Finally, Reeves stands up. Needed that. Oh, yes. Better. Hi. I'm Reeve.
Sebastian told us. Nice to meet you. You can call me Elle.
Good. Elle. Thank you, Reeve. Thank you, Sebastian. Go. And Reeve looks at Sebastian, and Sebastian just and disappears. Only not like invisible, just like an actual poof, like poof of smoke.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Then Reeve turns and looks at you three. And he picks up from the wall a gnarled old branch, and he leans on it like all his weight, and he says, "Right. New to Greywick."
Sort of. We're trying to figure out where everybody went. What do you know?
Gone. I live. And he points like out into the woods south, like the opposite direction you all came in. Hermit.
Okay.
Shaman. Healing medicine. Herbs. Remedies. They come. They need help. I give help. For food. Recipes. Herbs. Suddenly they no come.
Okay, so they wouldn't let you in the town, but they would come to you for healing. Okay. And so when did they stop coming? Did you have someone come to you every day, or was it every once in a while?
Every few weeks. When remedies needed, they couldn't cure. They don't trust. And he like lifts a medallion from his neck. Roll a religion check.
Okay. $17.
Okay, you immediately see a symbol that looks like two rings bound with like a thorned vine. You recognize the goddess Salin, who is kind of a dangerous god. She's lawful evil, and is known for like the goddess of control, of birth, and of like animal husbandry. It's like seen as like an agricultural goddess, but she's like seen as like dominating, not the nicest of gods.
Okay. That makes sense. Celine is not looked on kindly.
Shepherd's wife misunderstood. They do not trust. They do not need to.
All right. So you don't know when this town became a ghost town?
Did not say that.
So you do. When did it happen?
5 days. 5 days ago.
5 days ago. And Were there any signs of leaving?
The Knoll Reeve kind of tilts its head and then nods and also shakes its head. Like, nods yes and then shakes its head no. Maybe best I show you.
Okay. Lead the way.
As he heads up the street, kind of limping, using this long staff to lead the way. Frankly,
yeah.
quiet was nice for a while. Only not enough food. It's a shame.
Okay. Was all the food left here? Like,
Much rotted.
a lot of rotted food. Okay. And for the first time this whole journey, I think Lorelai leads the group,
Okay.
following.
Yeah.
Following.
You're like,
Reeve.
you're doing the job of the face. And so Kurta and Jax are just following you. They haven't really asked any questions. Though behind you, you hear Jax say, he doesn't smell very good, does he? And Kurta, you hear poof, as Kurta like kicks him in the shin. And he's suck. And Kurta just says, the hermit's life is not friendly.
Yeah, she doesn't comment on that. She wants to be polite to this
Yeah.
guy who's giving free information, basically.
You gave him food. It's not entirely free.
Oh, true. Small price to pay.
Reeve is leading the way out until you're out in like these fields of what looks like some sort of grain. Beyond those, there's this low cliff that is kind of lining the fields, and he walks out beyond it into the forest. Which, if anyone's going to get ambushed, this seems like a good place to do it. That immediately sparks you as like, this is suspicious. But Reeve seems as benign as he did before. Do you trust him?
She'll be hesitant, and she'll kind of scan the area before.
Roll
She'll
perception.
scan the area. So far, it's on. Oh boy, it's on the level.
Okay.
But
8. You don't see anything out of place, or at least you don't see anything that triggers your fight or flight. And Reeve just keeps going.
all right. Last thing, I'm gonna insight check Reeve.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
He seems grateful that he's had like a full meal. And he also seems tired. Like he doesn't seem out for a fight.
Okay. Yeah, she'll carefully walk in.
Okay. You walk into the forest following Reeve. He leads the way another few minutes, and then as he does, you find the other side of this tall, like this hill that he had walked around. And as you do, you find a narrow like crevice in the side of the hill where it looks like the cliff was carved away. And at first it looks perfectly natural. Roll me an investigation here real quick.
Okay. Leave.
Your dice just don't like you, man. But as you're looking at the side of this cliff, Reeves stops and he points at it with his staff. In there. They go, shadow. Dark creatures in there. Go in there. And Kurta's like looking around. Hold on. Kurta points almost immediately at the ground around this entrance. And over your shoulder, Kurta says, people were dragged here.
Boy. Okay. Jax? Any
I'm not
finer
going in
details?
there. I'm not. Oh, yeah, I can look around. He begins to investigate. Um, as he does, he begins searching around the immediate area. With oh, he rolled really good. Okay, with a 27. Yeah,
Thank goodness.
Jax like leans over the side of this hill, and against it he finds there's like some roots that are sticking out of the hill, and he plucks something off of one of the roots, and he holds it up between two fingers. It is a piece of fabric, dark and velvety, almost like a dark purple. This seems awfully fine to be on regular old villagers' clothes.
Okay.
He holds it out
So-
to you.
She'll take it and she'll like look over it.
It's like
and-
silk. It does not. This does not feel like something a regular townsfolk would have. It's flowy and dark and almost like violet, but as it reflects sunlight, it seems to lose its color and turn blue. It's odd, at best.
When you say dark creatures, what do they look like? And she'll like idly like hand the fabric to Curtis, and she's the one that has all the evidence.
Yeah. Reeve like uses his free hand as he's leaning on the staff, and he like gestures a height, which is a little bit. Wait, how tall is Lorelei?
I think 5'4". She's small.
Okay, just like a couple inches taller than you. Dark clothes. Move purpose. Sneaky.
Sneaky, move with purpose, dark clothes. You didn't get a good look at what? Did they wear cloaks?
Wore dark clothes all over. Out at night. Only seen while harvesting nightshade.
Okay, the player knows what this might be.
Sure.
Okay. Did you see their skin color?
Reeve shakes his head. Didn't get close. Dangerous. Good
No hair
instincts.
color? Good. All right. Okay. Dark clothes. Move at night. I don't think they would be here if they're moving at night. And they like to be sneaky. Okay. Thank you, Reeve.
Welcome. Thank you for food.
And she'll give him another ration.
Oh, kind human. And this one he doesn't immediately eat. He like tucks it away in his mottled rags of clothes.
Yeah.
Good luck. Be safe. Careful at night.
You too. I don't think we're gonna stay here.
Wise. And he
Uh,
immediately turns and starts to leave.
Right. Okay. Is there any she'll, say goodbye to Reeve and turn to Jax. Anything with the soil? Any corruption or anything? It's just all looks normal. It's just that.
When
piece of
you
silk.
say corruption, what do you mean?
I don't know. Like bloodied soil. There's no blood, right?
No, I haven't seen any sign of blood. Anywhere, honestly.
Okay.
Kurta
Uh,
is like still looking at this piece of fabric, and she holds it up.
I'm trying to determine if Lorelai would have heard a story similar to this.
Roll a history.
Because the player is kind of, oh my god, I don't have an inspiration either.
Oh my god. I kind of makes sense that Elle just wouldn't have heard of this sort of thing. Based on where she lives? No, just not really.
okay.
Except,
That's frustrating.
except, roll it with advantage because Kurta is about to say something that will, I think, key her in.
The player thinks this is
Okay, 10.
10.
I think this is a drow thing.
Kurta literally says, "This smells of black mushroom from underground." And you immediately, like, that type of fabric, you immediately remember drow come down, dark elves come down from Undertow all the time. And they always wear these sort of purplish blue colors and fine velvets and silks made from spider silk.
And she's a long time ago she went up there to the island.
That being said, you also know that the Dark Elves of Undertow are peaceful and do not take part in raids or kidnappings or anything like that as part of their treaty with Terracona. But that doesn't mean all Dark Elves are from Undertow.
Yes. The player knows that.
Well, Elle knows that too.
Okay, gotcha. So, drow.
No. You're shitting me.
I think that's what we got here. A thing in a crevice leading underground, smells like mushrooms, fine silk, no blood, which you know about drow poison.
With a 10, no.
Okay. No blood. The no blood is weird, but I don't know how they would do that. But I think we have an entire town.
Reeves is gone, like long gone.
Oh yeah.
Kurta says, "We should see if we can find any other signs of it. But
Okay.
I think your first instinct is right. It seems to match what I've heard."
Okay. Let's go check a house where someone would have, been sleeping.
Kurta nods, and Jax just falls in line. And as you head away from this hill back towards the town of Greywick, that is where we will call it for tonight's session.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and pull up.
An entire town. Holy.
As we come to the
That's
end of
what
the
I'm
session.
thinking.
I mean, yeah. As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home or at work listening or watching, hi Penn, hi Sleepy, hi Class, hi Emily, hi everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.